Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another three-wide television presentation of the OSCA Racing League. Tonight, we've got the 2024 B season still underway and under a great battle here for the Weekend Woodsmen Series. My name is Jeremy Briggs, along Carlos Acosta. Tonight, we are here at Martinsville for the BOJO 180. We are excited to have everybody watching at home, everybody here in the Discord. This Discord is full of drivers, lots of drivers on track. This half-mile paperclip is going to be some action-packed racing. Hopefully, we'll stay clean and green. These drivers are going to be nose to tail all the way around this track. A lot of pressure on these drivers. Going to have a lot going on. Speaking of a lot going on, we're going to go through some points here shortly and also go over our picks with Vic at some point. As we look at our points right now, you can see the drivers that are in the hunt. Right now, Daniel Gore, the only one locked in. As you can see there on our chart, looking at the team standings, Redux Racing still on top. Looks like just about 81 points right now over Shift Esports, with Team Mixture Rich right there in third. Taking a look at the rest of those teams on the charts as well. We'll get ready to make our picks. Vic, welcome to the broadcast, man. You're up and up front. You're making this look easy on your part. You've got a little bit of experience with these drivers, apparently.
Yeah, I happen to know what's going on week to week sometimes. I happen to know who's good, where, and when, and so it makes it a little easier. I was kind of hoping that something's gonna go wrong at some point, and you guys can catch up. But I'll take the huge point lead right now.
Yeah, it happens when you miss a few races, of course, on my part. Got to thank Binks Designs again as well for helping present the broadcast championship as we make our picks each week. Vic, who's going to go first?
It is you, my guy.
Oh, I get to go first. Okay, I was not prepared to go first, but my first pick here is going to be Cooper Johnson, the number 91.
That is a good pick. Who you got, Carlos?
I was recently informed that my life was a lie. And that every single time I mention this person's name has been incorrect because somebody had told me that this is how you do it. So my pick is gonna be Michael Pernasiglio for this race.
I debated on Pernasiglio myself. I also debated on the 66 car of Black Confetti, but I'm gonna go with the guy. We know how to pronounce his last name. I'm gonna go with Santiago Aguirre. There you go. That's how you say it.
Aguirre.
Okay.
Aguirre.
All right. Great picks, everybody. As qualifying, us just wrapping up, we got to thank everybody that helps get this series on its feet every week, from the sponsors and all the support. This is going to be a great finish to the season as the playoffs are nearing by. Qualifying, just a few seconds left. I'm excited. This should be some jam-packed racing. The first half will be 65 laps, if I'm correct. And then the second half will be 115 laps, a 16-car invert, and only 2 green-white checkers attempts. I'm not sure if I said 2 tires in the pits, but that's what they got. So 3 sets all together, including what's on the cars. Great look at this half-mile paperclip from above. Great shots here for 3-wide television. We get ready to go racing. Let's look at our leaderboard. First up is going to be Daniel Gore, Ryan Gavel, your front row, Darren Staff, and Dave Carpenter, your second row. 5th starting position is going to be the 09 of James Miller. 6th starting position will be Cooper Johnson. Santiago Aguirre, is that how we say it? I can't remember. Sorry. 7th place. David Westergreen will be starting in 8th. Seth Rawls will be 9th, with Ty McIntosh in 10th. Just outside the top 10 is Michael Pernasiglio, the number 28 machine, starting 11th. And 12th is the number 7 of Ray Bracey. 13th will be the number 39 of James Watson. 14th starting position will be Kynan Jones. 15th starting position will be Dustin Dewar, and his outside will be Neil Rutt III. 17th starting position, you have Jake Scarborough there in the 77, and Noah Brown in the 65 in the 18th starting spot. Matt Hackathorn there in the 19th starting position, with Zach Evans there in the number 6 starting in the 20th position. Dylan Thomas will be starting 21st, with Adam Peeler in the number 27 starting 22nd. Robert Hill Jr. in the 00 will be starting 23rd. Goody here will be starting 24th. Thomas Capiano, our last driver to take time, will be starting 25th. Alex Kenton will be starting 26th. No time taken by him. And our last starting row drivers not taking times as well. Rashid Coles and Tim Conrad. Looks like everybody is on the track though. Looks like so everybody's going to get their penalties served. Looks like Dylan Thomas with a few penalties to take underway. 1 lap to green, I believe, already. Nope, excuse me, 1 more lap around. These drivers will get their tires warmed up. We talked about it last week with Daniel Gore about that paint scheme. He likes his paint scheme. I like it as well. We'll see how much longer he runs with it. Great looking Danny G scheme. And his outside is the number 1 of Ryan Gavel. Love that bright red machine. Always easy to find, easy to see. Darren Staff always rocking some type of Mountain Dew scheme. I love those. Baja Blast on his side. Race control. Let the drivers know we're going to have some fun tonight, hopefully. And let's get ready to come to the green. 65 laps, our first half. Top 16 will invert. Daniel Gore is going to lead us to the green. It's going to be real tight. Field's going to bunch up right there in the back. Hopefully no bumper tag too bad. Green flag is out. Everybody's trying to shift through the gears. And a couple cars, a little bumper tag, but we're still going green. Still clean and green. Everybody's still rolling. Great start. Daniel Gore still up front. Ryan Gavel, Darren Staff, your top 3 pulling away. We got the James Miller, Dave Carpenter battle right here for 4th and 5th. They're going to get it figured out. Santiago and David Wester, excuse me. I believe that's going to be Cooper Johnson and Rawls battling there for 7th and 8th. 71 Carpenter.
Oh, contact with the 1 and the 1 and Darren Staff. Darren Staff washed up a little bit there in 3 and 4, and no harm for the 1, but Darren Staff lost 2 spots and maybe almost 3 as he was battling there for that 2nd place position.
Take a deep breath, regroup. Definitely a big moment up front early on. Going around to try to complete lap number 4. Right now the field is pretty much spread out to about half the track. Pretty much got this one big group, and then we got about a group of about 4 cars stragglers, about 6 cars from the back. We're right on board here, I believe, with Cooper Johnson.
No,
we got
Seth
a yellow
Rawls.
finally. Excuse me, Seth Rawls, 27, I believe, slow on the front stretch.
Seeing Adam Peeler's name show up. Go ahead and see just what happened.
We got 1 car spun around as well. The 04 is still facing the wrong direction. Let's take a look at this replay. Towards the mid-pack to the rear here. Peeler just got into the 04. Almost like the Peeler machine got it gassed up a little bit quicker than the 04 maybe, and contact did. It looks like the 04 just rode it backwards down the front stretch. And once got to the corner and everybody passed, was able, looks like, to just whip it around and tack onto the back of the field. No harm, no foul. All these drivers will get a quick, deep breath here. On the bumper here, Peeler just right into him there. Unintentional. Looks like little to no damage for everybody so far. We got a couple drivers coming on pit road. Looks like just 4 drivers coming on pit road. No real strategies yet to play out. So the drivers involved, possibly that were coming up back 27 on pit road of Adam Peeler, Alex Kenton in the number 14 on pit road, Thomas Capiano on pit road as well, Rashid Coles in the 66 on pit road. Those drivers taking some time on pit road to maybe fix some damage. Looks like Adam Peeler is going to be getting dinged with that. Machine pulls as well. Going to get well. A lot happening on here early on. Had a good run there, going for about 6 laps. These drivers, there's a lot of cars on this track, so.
Yeah, I've seen plenty of Martinsville racing here recently, within the last couple of months, between a couple of various different leagues and series, and going 6 laps here without a caution is honestly an accomplishment. I don't know, like a lot of the leagues that I've seen have great drivers, but Martinsville, there's just something about Martinsville within iRacing that's just chaotic. So going 6 laps here without bringing out a caution is a good sign. Hopefully we can do more, but we are all expecting this to be a long night of just wrecking.
Hopefully these drivers will prove us wrong. This first incident, you know, not a lot of damage, you know. A couple drivers just a little bit of bumper tag. Drivers maybe some damage from the start. But what happens is there's just so many cars out there. When they go into these turns, it backs up so much coming down the straightaway, and you got to brake a little bit earlier until we can get these cars strung out so you can get back into a run. You know, you can maybe almost drive it in a little bit deeper, but these first few laps, you know, it's gonna get everybody strung out, and then they put down some good laps. And that was honestly a really good start, and I believe the pace truck lights should be going off this time. Yes, they are. So our front row is still Daniel Gore and Ryan Gavel. Then you got James Miller in third. Santiago in the number 88 is in fourth. Darren Staff rounds out our top 5. Cooper Johnson, Dave Carpenter, Seth Rawls, David Westergreen, and Michael Percasiglio rounds out our top 10. McIntosh right there in 11, just on the outside looking in. Neil Rutt as well on his outside. Pace truck makes the left-hand turn down pit road. Daniel Gore with the lead. Will fire first when he's ready in the Geico restart zone as he comes around out of turn 4. Green flag in the air. We're back underway here for the BOJO 180 number 1. And unfortunately, cautions, oh, we're not done yet apparently. Okay. The 77 machine is now spun around. That's going to be Jake Scarborough. Looks like the 65 involved as well. Noah Brown. Looks like the 14. Alex Kenton involved as well. I believe this might be the 35 of Tim Conrad involved as well. Yes, it is. As we take a look at the replay here on the restart, it gets everybody just bunched up mid-pack, and nowheres to go for, looks like Kynan Jones. A couple cars around him, just a lot happening, and oh man. Just a lot happening, but not a lot of room. When you get kind of stacked up on these restarts, it's just like when you're going into the turns, it just happens so quick. Oh. Tried to check up with the drivers behind them and did not. You can see there's a train there on the bottom. As you look at the Scarborough machine right there in the 77. Dewar out front. Looks like the stack up happened in front of them. Yep. Kynan Jones, Noah Brown, and them. Just happens so quick. We're gonna have a lot of cars coming on pit road now. I gotta get that damage fixed up. See if there's any meatball flags by chance. Looks like we are all still good. No meatball flags. So no real major terminal damage yet. These drivers, but you know, if you hit your motor just right. Ooh, nice stop there by the number 27 of Adam Peeler. Just a little right front damage it looked like in that. Coming to a stop. You can see he had some damage from earlier. See Kynan Jones out there in front. So, man. This happened so quick. I'm not sure if they were trying to maybe take a left-hand turn to get around them, but yellow flag came out. A lot of cars making pit road entries early to get things fixed.
I think is right here. Somebody missed the shift, and that caused a really big stack up on the outside line that resulted in this multi-car issue. So I don't know where race control is gonna draw them or assign the penalty to, because bringing out a caution immediately after a caution is a penalty of some kind. So I don't know where that's gonna go, but a lot of drivers, as you mentioned, down Pitt Road. Noah Brown, Goody, Alex Kenton, Rashid Cole's all down Pitt Road repairing damage. So it's already tough break here with a second immediate quick caution. Here's my strategy, honestly. If you're up in the front, the top 4, top 5, unless we get an ungodly long run, you're not seeing Pit Road.
Yeah, I'm staying out with you, Carlos, for sure. Yep, I completely agree. I am staying out. I do not want to be back in that mess. As the pace truck lights are off, makes the left-hand turn. We're gonna try this one more time. Got a couple cars still struggling to catch up towards the back. Hopefully they are easy into it, as we're gonna be back here into the Geico restart zone. Green flag is back out. So far, so good. Score leads him into turns 1 and 2. Miller on the outside, though, trying to grab position number 2 from Gavel, but he's going to just get in the wall just a touch. Gavel with the preferred lane right now. His staff's going to fill that hole as Miller continues the battle on the outside, though. Back to the outside of number 1 as we look on board here with staff in the front row seat of the 09 and the 1 battling here. Looks like the 09 gets a really good exit. Just can't get him on the entry. Staff's trying to fill this position, not let the 09 down, but he's going to be there. We'll see what Staff decides to do. He's going to let him have it early on. Don't want to make any enemies.
Yeah, it's still very
so
early
far,
on.
it looks like the first 6 got this figured out. Look, 7th on back, still a little bit of side. Oh, Carpenter with a little tap there. Oh, we got 1 spun around. That will be the 71 of Carpenter. Another quick single car incident here. Let's see what the damage is here on the replay. Take a look at our 3-wide television replay. Looking for the 71 machine. Just gets, I don't know, a little bit of loose. Just looked like it kind of just escalated from a little tap in the middle of the turn and kind of was still trying to chase it. Might have gassed it up a little too much and broke traction there.
Something is going on here with trading paints tonight, so we do apologize if some of the drivers have the wrong scheme on. So hopefully that gets sorted out here real soon. We had Dave Carpenter. I thought he went around on his own, but it was actually contact with the 52 that helped him out. The question is who initially made the contact? I did not get the price tag on that one.
Definitely some tricky angles trying to look at these. Make sure we get the right ones clear, checked out. That was a good angle of it. Looks like just a little tap, and then the 9 car just kind of had the run. Westergreen had a run. It wasn't intentional, but unfortunately, the 71 checked up and the 9 had the momentum. So now we got a better angle on that. Great job, Carlos.
Thank you.
Getting that better angle. That was a good one right there to check it out, because it happens quick. And this track is so low and slow. A lot of these cameras that are down towards the track are pretty low angles anyways. So don't get a good height. So that was a great shot. As we are now 23 laps into this race on our 3rd caution. Get everybody down pit road. That's going to get what they need to get taken care of. Scarborough, you saw there, just come out in front of our leaders. Involved in an incident early on as well. Should get repairs done. See how this plays out. Like I said, the way this is going so far, if you don't have to pit, you're not gonna. We're hoping fuel can take us to the end of this point, because we don't want to see pit road, because that bee's nest in the back is really hectic, and we'll have to see how it plays out. Looks like we're going to take a couple more laps around as drivers are in the back tagging into pit road again. Still getting some damage fixed. It's really difficult to get damage fixed here at Martinsville with it only being a half-mile paperclip.
Yep,
So
very
you're only coming
difficult.
down here, getting like 15 seconds here, 15 second there. It's not too much, and these drivers are trying to get every second they can right now.
Yeah, and you also don't want to risk going a lap down unless you absolutely have to. The damage is indeed bad enough, then yeah, you go a lap down, maybe try to get an additional 40 or so seconds to get it repaired. Because these guys under caution are going around this track in about 44 seconds.
The way this race is going, though, maybe if you go a lap down trying to get some damage fixed, you can get it back with a little wave around for the amount of cautions we're having. So let's see how it plays out, though. We got the 1 to go signal. Field is doubling up. Pace car lights, pace truck lights have been extinguished. Out front still, Daniel Gore, Ryan Gavel leading the way. James Miller there in third, Darren Staff in fourth. Getting ready to come to the green flag once again for the 4th time this evening in the half one of the BOJO 180. Into the restart zone, Daniel Gore is green flag now in the air.
Oh, in the back.
Great start for the
big wreck
for the first 3, but a not great start in the back.
Was another missed gear from what I think tell. So early, so we're gonna have to evaluate that. But it looked like on the outside line again. Go on.
Race control not playing around. We are going to single file restart.
Okay, that's fair. I'll say that of the multiple league series I've seen tackle this track in the last couple of months, I think only one had actually done single file restarts, and it was in the final 10 laps. So I think it's pretty smart to immediately jump into that after the early patterns of issues here with restarts have emerged. Let's take a look at what happened.
Yes, let's definitely take a look at what happened. A lot to digest, a lot of cars involved. 75 involved early in that incident. So we'll have to see if take a ride maybe on board the 75 of Ty McIntosh. Oh, just a lot of bumper tagging, looks like. Everybody just jumping, going, jumping, not going, braking, and just everything happening really quick. So I think that's why we're gonna go to single file restarts, because these restarts are just kind of crazy. I know everybody's trying to get what they're trying to get here, because these restarts are difficult, but you got to be a little bit more patient. Take a look at this replay. Just continues to just trickle towards the back, just bouncing and bouncing and bouncing. And oh man, look at that Carpenter on the brakes so hard. Looks like just a little nose damage there, but not too much for Carpenter. Looks like he might be unscathed. Man, cars all over the track. It's almost hard to get back going because there's track's at a standstill there. Look at that, pace truck wasn't even stopped yet. There's a lot going on here. We'll see how this plays out with these single file restarts, but I have high hopes that we'll definitely be able to have better restarts with the single file restarts. Just hopefully they understand that the checkup effect's still there. Man, this happens so fast when you're behind there and you can't see the cars 4 rows up. You're just trying to give it all it's got. And you're pumped to the metal, but they're already stopped before the start-finish line. We look at this camera angle right here, and it's like, oh, I can see a lot up there. It's like, well, we're on top of the car. You can see we're hard on the brakes, trying to stop and avoid it.
Are we 1 to green?
We are 1 to green, yep. There's 04 involved as well.
Jake Scarborough's, and then he was catching up to the pace car. Or he was catching up to the gentleman in the field, and then the crash happened. Good on him for slowing down.
Scarborough with a great heads-up play there as we are getting ready to come to green. Gore going to be leading the single file restart from the top lane. See how it plays out. All that rubber up there is going to be all over these tires. We are green for this restart once again. Drivers are already trying to make moves. So far, so good.
Kristen Millette on the YouTube chat saying, could use a good old Martinsville hot dog right now, and honestly, I agree.
Yes, food does sound pretty good right now. Nice little hot dog.
There we go, battle for the lead.
Oh, there we go, Ryan Gamble driving it in there, trying to get the inside of Daniel Gore, and he's going to make that pass. Almost happened. Right now he's going to lead this lap at halfway of the first half. As Gore has led the first half. Now going to swap positions with the number 1 of Gavel. Looks like Gavel's going to make that pass happen as we ride on board with Gore. See if he can stay in front of James Miller, but Miller all over his back bumper now as well. First 3 under a big battle. Now that we're getting some green flag laps underway, Darren Staff right there behind Miller as well. Gore's got to be careful not to get shuffled out because a lot of these cars are close behind and a lot can happen quick if you get shuffled out.
Yeah, and speaking of being shuffled out, the number 91 of Cooper Johnson, or you can see right there, did in fact get shuffled down the outside line. Caution is out. 77 is gone around.
Scarborough, unfortunately, in another incident. We'll see how this played out. I believe he was mid to rear. I'm not sure where he played out, if he had to get damage fixed. Still, as we take a look at this replay, Scarborough battling back here on his own, potentially. Yeah.
Entering the corner.
Just came in a little hot. Oh, great avoidance. What car was that? We got to ride on board with that. That was a great job.
And also, I'd like to apologize. That wasn't too much beans. That's a little too much gravy there entering the corner for the 77.
Too much gravy. Okay. Okay. So the number 44 of Goody with the heads-up move to avoid the spinning number 77. Honestly, right here too, Jake did a pretty good job just gassing up, making it come to a stop. Stay out of the way.
Yeah, if Jake did not gas it up, then the 44 would have for sure made contact with that quarter panel on the 77 there.
So after a couple of green flag laps, back under green, I believe we will still have a single file restart, as that these seem to be a little bit better that time around. As we saw, Gavel took the lead finally. We'll see if Daniel Gore can maybe fight back this go around, but maybe Gavel finally got his opportunity to get around Gore. Been kind of having a battle from the second position, and when you're out there on the outside, you kind of have a lame restart just in general, and kind of behind the 8-ball, and you finally got some laps right there behind Gore. Was able to make the pass going into turns 3 and 4. Became our leader at the halfway point of half, number 1 of the BOJO 180 here on 3 Wide Television. Who was your pick again there, Carlos?
Michael Perniciglio, who all season, because somebody had said it at the start of the first race of the season, who I don't know who they were or if they were a troll, pretended to be Michael's father and just kept on saying it's pronounced Mecchio. So I just thought, oh, this guy in the internet cannot be lying to me. So this guy's name is obviously pronounced Mecchio instead of Michael, because it's spelled like Michael. And I was like, okay, it's weird, but hey, listen, that's the person's name, and I'm gonna stick with it. Until somebody or earlier in the week is like, yeah, it's Michael. I don't know why you call him Mecchio. That guy's lying.
All right. Well, unfortunately, looks like he's back there in 21st position as we are ready to come to the green. Shorten that green flag or yellow flag stint up there as we got wrecking in the back.
Caution's back out. Caution is back out.
They were wrecked coming into turn 3 that time. Coming
to
the
were?
green, the 66 is involved, yep.
Let's see here.
I just caught it at the top of the screen.
I see 4 names showing up here: Robert Hill, Alex Kenton, Rashid Coles, Noah Brown. If it's what I'm already imagining, this could just be a black flag. A penalty. Oh my goodness! Somebody call a medic!
Holy cow! I don't think that guy's supposed to do that. The hood's flapping. Is that the 65? Oh my goodness.
Capuano has a meatball flag.
Drivers, wow. A lot happening, even under the single file restarts, and man, drivers trying to come down pit road to get. You just see we're just.
Oh,
Wow, that car was at a
69.
complete stop.
I think that was the 69. I don't know who that was. Or the 66 maybe. Yeah, they were heavy check. Somebody was blinking out over there. I don't know who was blinking out. If you can go back, maybe even a little, you might see who was blinking out, but somebody was blinking out. And that caused a little bit of that pileup. Let me know when it's a 1 to green, please.
Yes, sir. It looks like the number 28 was just given a black flag.
Michael Bernasiglio. He was up against the wall. Okay, let's go on board. If he was the one blinking out, then I would say he probably deserves the black flag. Oh! Alright, so he got stuck on the wall and then started blinking a little bit, but him getting stuck on the wall caused that outside line to check up significantly more. And that cost 77.44 to smash the brakes.
So makes sense what all happened there. What all transpired? We all think we've got it figured out there.
Cameron Rich on the YouTube chat saying, what in the friggity frick was that? Thankfully he's self-censored. And is this Martinsville or I-95?
I-95. I think I've been on I-95 like once or twice in my life.
I've been there a couple times.
It doesn't sound very fun as we are now at the 1 to green. Once again, we'll have 20 laps to go. See if these drivers maybe can muster it up and give us 20 green flag laps.
I-95 is that really long highway from like Miami or Florida to like New York or something?
Yep, that is. Yep, it follows the East Coast. This is the number 1 machine of Gavel who took the lead that last time on that restart laps. And Sprint 4 is now going to lead us to the green with 20 laps to go of our BOJO 180 half number 1. We are underway. So far, so good. Once again, it's nice to see cars not piling up on the front stretch. And it is pretty difficult when you've got over 20 cars on the track. Half-mile paperclip leads to some crazy things.
Battle for second.
As Miller underneath Gore for second position. Gore seems to be maybe fading a little bit or just not able to be as defensive on these single file restarts to get himself going. But right now he's got the 09 machine underneath him. Side by side on turn 2, almost touching doors. You're right on board here with James Miller rocking the VR. Oh, contact! Gore's gonna get away. Staff's gonna be inside of the Staff all the way down to the curb on entry already, but not going to be able to make the pass happen underneath the 09 machine.
There's my boy Miles, and right behind the front wheel of number 45's car. So for those of you that maybe haven't noticed, a lot of the cars here, oops, I hit the wrong button. A lot of the cars here have a pet, a photo of a pet on somewhere in their car because Zach Evans has graciously agreed to donate. I don't remember the amount, but for every driver that has like a pet on their car, they are donating a certain amount of money. I was trying to pull up the video, but I couldn't find, or the post, but I couldn't find it. There, Cameron Rich was asking me to get a zoom in on Nugget. Nugget is right in front of the 09 there, the number on the side of the car. I wish I could really get a closer look, but it's like right there. And in the 45 with Darren Staff, you can see my pug Miles there, and he's so cute. I love him.
Great. It's one thing I really enjoy about this league is the uniformity of a lot of these drivers that like to do things like this, and seeing all these drivers riding with their pets on board. I as well love to have my pets on board. Sometimes I'll use them as my jack post markers. They're
That's
always
smart.
It's always a fun time, you know, just little additions like that. It's either a pet from my jack post or a Celsius can. It depends on where we're going. But as we get back to this, we've got a yellow
Caution's
flag.
up.
Looks like the 35 was stopped in the backstretch and towed to the pits already. We'll have to get a look at this replay. With 12 laps to go. 35 of Tim Conrad. Just
Ooh,
turn
an
left.
issue of some kind, yeah.
Not sure if it aired out or if it got loose or his wheelbase had an issue. Not sure if that was a wheelbase issue or not, but
I can look at it again.
seemed a little uncharacteristic to still be turning left right there.
Oh, you know what it was? Let me get back out here. You know what it was? It's the Olaf costume.
Oh no.
Tim Conrad is running this race in an Olaf costume while running VR. Now, it's actually not the, oh my goodness, that nose is thick. It's not the Olaf costume issue. I'm assuming the screen maybe froze on his end because it looked like he didn't turn the wheel all the way to the left, but it looked to me like he was holding it with what he thought was straight, thinking that he was going, you know, straight away, but the car was still turning left a little bit because the screen was either frozen or blank. So that's it's a real shame.
Technical errors aren't fun. Great to see him rocking the Olaf machine. Excuse me, the Olaf costume. As the race control has given us the signal to go back to double file.
I gotta meet the
I'll
mic
call
for a second.
that.
All right, we're back, guys. Sorry, I had to give him a note there for a second.
Gotta hold on to those notes.
Yeah.
As like I said, we were getting ready to come back to double file restarts with just about 8 laps to go. Looks like we'll probably come in the green with 6 laps to go in half number 1. Looks like we'll get this completed within the completion time of the event. We got 27 minutes left, so hopefully these last few laps do not take 27 minutes.
And we have real good competition here in the front. Gavel, he hasn't really been challenged ever since he took the lead from Daniel Gore. But James Miller and Daniel Gore have been going at it recently, especially when they get a bit of a run going in there for these guys. As we're back to double file.
Feels a little more natural now, seeing these cars back to double file. Hopefully, we'll keep it nice and easy here. Hopefully, oh, that's Darren.
What?
Staff. Just get his
What's
throttle
going
stuck.
on?
Is Darren Staff having an issue as well?
Oh my goodness! It's the I don't have the word for this. I know what happened. Darren Staff just timed out of the session. He had that issue where okay, he has that issue where iRacing has disconnected him from the server, but on his end only. So from his point of view, no one is on track. But from everyone else's point of view, he is still on track. So with him not being able to see anybody, he doesn't know that he's still corporeal for everyone else. So he's just on the gas and just plows through everybody else because he can't see that. This is the third time in broadcasting history for me that I've seen this happen. And wow, that just sucks for everyone that was involved in that situation.
Looks like the 69 is getting his position back.
As he should, yes. So, and I know Darren's staff is streaming this race tonight, so he'll have some sort of actual proof that this is exactly what happened. But it just doesn't seem likely for him to... Yeah, back to green. Here we go.
Sorry, not mean to interrupt you there. I forgot all about our double file restarts, and we were coming back to the green. Oh, man. Tight quarters through 1 and 2.
No!
Oh, we have trouble front there getting spun by the 52 of Seth Rawls.
Oh, big pile up in the backstretch.
Wow. We'll have to see what happened if Miller came up into Rawls or if Rawls just kept coming down. We'll have to get a good shot of that.
This race has just gone from normal to weird to back to normal again. Oh, that's netcode. That's even more normal.
Okay.
iRacing has really let everybody down these last couple weeks with how just horrible their netcode has been.
Yeah. All right. So we can see what happened there, and man, so many things going wrong right now. Like, man, unfortunately, this is just the nature of, you know, being on internet, and that's just what happens when you got people trying to race with each other across the world, and sometimes servers, when they're not doing good for us, they're not doing good for them, and unfortunately, a lot of drivers getting tangled up in that one. As it looks like the 45 machine is back, but I assume he's a couple laps down.
I can't even imagine how he's gonna like react when people tell him exactly what happened.
I believe they were talking about it before I was able to notice he was back in the session, but wild, like a pretty normal iRacing night to pretty wild here in the first half, as we'll have our first attempt at a green-white checkered. Ryan Gavel, Daniel Gores is our front row. Seth Rawls, Cooper Johnson, Santiago in 5th. West of green, Watson, Jones, Neil Rutt, and Dylan Thomas rounding out our top 10. So much going on. I don't know if Daniel Gore and Ryan Gavel are going to win this, or if some more weird stuff's going to happen, but we'll have to see how it plays out. I'm not sure if iRacing...
This is what happened with the 45 not seeing people. I didn't notice this, but this actually very good for Ryan Gavel. He throttled up when that happened. He could have been run into.
Out of the way. Yep, he did a really good job getting out of the way.
Yeah, Darren's just trying to catch back up. Everybody disappears.
You can see Darren, Ryan just turn left.
Oh yeah, he would have been involved in that one.
Yep, he did a great job avoiding that one.
And great job by everyone else to getting stopped. We saw earlier what happened when one car kind of got up against the wall all the way at the very end, and that resulted in a really big issue there.
All right, side by side, coming to our first green-white checkered attempt. Ryan Gavel, Daniel Gore, Seth Rawls, Cooper Johnson, our first 2 rows in the restart zone. Green flag back in the air. Gavel with a great start. Seth Rawls right there on the inside of Gore. Side by side into turns 1 and 2. Gavel's going to pull away all by himself. Seth Rawls is going to get the position on Daniel Gore. Cooper Johnson trying to stick his nose in there and steal away 3rd spot right now. One lap to go. here in the first half. 71 is now, 44 is now stopped on the front stretch. Ryan Gavel is going to be clean all the way. As long as the cars get past the start finish line or stopped on track, they will. Ryan Gavel is going to come around. He's going to see checkered flag. He's going to win first half here on the BOJO 180. And towards the back, everybody was wrecking. Gavel, your winner of half number 1. Seth Rawls finds himself in second position. A name I'm not too familiar with this season so far with this series. And Daniel Gore will round out our podium.
I gotta say, this was actually one of the better Martinsville races I've seen in the last couple months. So I'm looking
chaos. Hopeful. Besides all that chaos from iRacing's end. We'll have to see how it plays out in the second half. We got the warm-up here. I believe we will potentially go, yes, let's go over the results. As we got Ryan Gavel, our winner, of course, Seth Rawls and Daniel Gore, like we said, rounded out our podium. Cooper Johnson officially in 4th. Santiago rounds out our top 5. 6th, Kynan Jones. 7th, James Watson. Neil Rutt, 8th. Dylan Thomas, 9th. Matt Hackathorn, 10th. Ray Bracey, just outside the top 10 in 11th. Dustin Dewar, 11th. Robert Hill Jr. comes home in 13th. Ty McIntosh is 14th. 15th, Alex Kenton. Noah Brown, 16th. Adam Peeler, 17th. Thomas Capuano in 18th. In the 19th finishing position, we've got Goody. In the 20th finishing position, we've got David Carpenter. David Westergreen in the 21st spot. Dick Scarborough, 22nd. Zach Evans, 23rd. James Miller, 24th. Darren Staff, 25th. Tim Conrad, 26th. 27th was Michael Pergasiglio, and Rashid Coles rounds out our field. Sounds like Vic is in the house. Vic, what absolute chaos kind of ensued there in half number 1 on iRacing. So it seemed to be internet issues. But here we are, ready for second half. A few more laps. What are your picks?
That race sucked. Carlos, you're up first.
Oh boy. Give me Carpenter.
You got it.
Thank you.
I'm up second. I usually have a plan on what I want. I don't have a plan tonight. Let's go the race sponsor for half 2. I'm gonna go with Ray Bracey.
Ray Bracey with the pick
Jeremy,
for Vic.
who you got?
All right, it is time for my pick. I think I'm going to go with Robert Hill Jr., using him for my second half pick.
All right. By the way, I wanted to clarify. I finally found the post. It's actually not Zach Evans that's donating money. So Ray Bracey is sponsoring tonight's race for the BOJO 180. And he says he'll be donating $3 to the Me Fine Foundation for every car that has a picture of their pet or any meaningful animal clearly visible on their car. And I see a lot of cars out there with pets, like little decals of their pets somewhere on the car. So prepare for Me Fine to get a pretty nice donation from Ray Bracey. And what a swell thing for him to do.
Yes. Great job by Ray Bracey doing that, as well as sponsoring the race. Gotta appreciate him being a part of tonight's event.
Ray Bracey he just posted this. I gotta show you this. Oh, I got the filter on.
Ray Bracey. We've got a cat.
That's a hood of somebody's hood that's come off.
What a sight.
You can see this from Adam Peeler's point of view.
What a sight to see there from Adam Peeler, man. What a wild night here We got a few minutes left of this warm-up. We'll have to see how it plays out in half number 2. With the drivers having the invert, I believe it was a top 16 invert.
Yeah, top 16 invert. This is a normally it gets typed on the pre-race notes if it's a half or a sprint feature race. This one just says half 1, half 2, but with the first race being 65 laps and the second race being 115 laps, I really expect I believe that this is a sprint slash feature race. So we're done with the sprint part. Now we're going to go on into the feature race here in half number 2.
We'll have, like I said, a few more laps. I believe we'll definitely have to pit this time, if I'm
Yes.
correct.
Yeah,
So
about 85 laps of green flag. Excuse me. Yeah, about 85 green flag laps worth of fuel tonight. I know the drivers will for sure be stretching it if we get a lot of cautions, but I doubt they're gonna be able to stretch it. Well, you never know. You could potentially stretch it 115 laps if we get cautions every 2 or 3 laps. So while the guys here were doing a good job getting some small green flag runs, it'll probably be really close. I expect maybe to see some of the guys running up front to try it, especially if it is very caution leaning heavy leaning caution in the very front. You know what I mean?
yeah, you're good, Carlos. As we get ready, just a few seconds left, and we'll get ready for the second half, and we'll go through our lineup. I believe Noah Brown is going to lead the way for half number 2. A lot happened in half number 1. And now we are under the lights. Great sight to see. Hopefully this will cool down the drivers as well. We get some green flag racing. Noah Brown, like I said, leading the way with Alex Kenton to his outside. Ty McIntosh will be in third. Robert Hill Jr. in the 00 starting in 4th position. Dustin Dewar will be in 5th with tonight's presenting sponsor and great animal advocate going on tonight with Ray Bracey, number 7. He'll be starting in 6th. Matt Hackathorn starts 7th. Dylan Thomas starts 8th. 9th starting position, we've got the number 10 of Neil Rutt. We've got the 10th starting position of James Watson. 11th starting position, we've got the 73 of Kynan Jones. The 12th starting position, we've got Santiago in the number 88. 13th starting position, we've got Cooper Johnson and Daniel Gore. With unfortunate incidents going on there towards the end of that race, we'll be starting 14th. Seth Rawls will be starting in 15th. And then Ryan Gavel will be starting in 16th. Adam Peeler will be starting in 17th. And 18th starting position will be Thomas Capiano. 19th starting position will be Goody. Dave Carpenter will be starting off in the 20th starting position. 21st will be David Westergreen. 22nd will be the Jake Scarborough machine. Zach Evans will be 23rd. 24th will be the 09 of James Miller. He was towards the front, and had an incident towards the end of that race. Darren Staff with the internet issue as well. So himself back in 25th. He was towards the front. Tim Conrad starting 26th. Michael Pergnasiglio starting in the 27th position, and Rashid Coles is 28th. As we got the 1 to go signal up front. Carlos ready for half number 2. We are hoping for it to go a little bit better this time. We got Michael Pergnasiglio has just disconnected already.
Good start. Robert Hill also down pit road. I think he missed the start. He had a really good qualifying run. Or starting position here in the second.
Unfortunately, yep.
Same thing with Alex Kenson.
Not sure if maybe they just wanted to stay out of harm's way, but we'll see how that plays out for them as Noah Brown and Alex Cat in our front row leads us to the green for the second half of the BOJO 180 here on 3-Wide Television. Side by side for lead into turn one. Looks like Noah Brown's gonna get it away as Ray Bracey now finds himself in second with McIntosh there in third. Fourth, you've got Dylan Thomas now finding his way up the field early on. Thomas Dewar rounding out our top five. You can see 10 getting all over the place there. Neil Rutt hanging on for dear life. Always going to get in the door to Santiago. Man, great job keeping it off just enough. Not rocking as Noah Brown finds himself in a nice comfortable lead. And then behind him it is just a bee's nest, a side-by-side action. As McIntosh just side-by-side. We got 3-wide action. Oh, Gavel!
Half one winner goes around in the
Gavel.
backstretch.
3-wide does not work. Oh, Kynan Jones turned around in turns 3 and 4. I believe the 35 might be involved as well. I'm not sure,
I'm
but
his name pop up.
is the number 1 machine. Unfortunately, first reason for why we are under yellow is he was side by side with Gore. Looks like they kind of brought. Looks like everybody just having loosey gooseys, and sure enough, we got into the side of Gore.
I think the 75 had an issue exiting turn 2, and that caused the 1 to kind of react a little bit on the exit of the corner, and that just got his car loose. He's not the 75 to 10, and he got the car loose and he was wrestling it, and just didn't get it fully recovered. Now what happened to Kynan Jones, I don't know. We're gonna figure that out here. Put the camera here on Kynan Jones. Happened right in front of him. And then just too much gravy.
Oh. Yep. Centering a little too hard.
And then I think you said that there was a third car involved, Tim Conrad. Not the Mayo Man himself. I think he just came to a stop. Yeah, okay, so he didn't have an issue. It was just him slowing down too much.
Yep, we're good.
SDK considered him as a crashed vehicle. That's good. Also want to point out, Robert Hill Jr. was on the YouTube chat, and he said in all caps, "Jeremy, you jinxed me." I'm assuming that's because he missed his starting window.
Looks like I'm the fault, so I'll never do that again.
Well, you can't do it anymore. You already picked them.
I know. I'm kind of sad.
I mean, listen, the race is not over. There's going to be cautions.
Oh, I know. A long ways to go. 115 laps. We've got the first 7 complete. Hopefully, these drivers can have a restart start like they just did. Just got to be super patient. Let everybody get rolling. There's just a lot going on with these restarts. It's a pace truck. We're making a left-hand turn. Noah Brown and Ty McIntosh, sure, front row. Ray Bracey, Dylan Thomas, your second row. James Watson, Dustin Dewar, your third row. Fourth row, Matt Hackathorn, Santiago, Aguirre, Daniel Gore, Thomas Capion, your top 10. There's a great start for Noah Brown. He's going to get out to almost a 10-car length lead going into turn 1 as Ray Bracey is going to battle side by side with the number 75 of Ty McIntosh for position number 2. And behind him, you've got Watson and Thomas side by side. And then behind them, you got Dustin Dewar. He's finally got himself in his own island. Then you go behind him, more side by side action. Still going around the track, but that is all that matters right now. Great driving by these drivers. 69 there of Daniel Gore on our top screen, trying to make his charge back to the front. As he was pretty dominant in that first half. Just missed out after the second half. Go ahead.
I have a question for you. If you were wearing an Olaf costume, would it A, make you really cold, or B, make you really hot?
Oh. This is like parking in the driveway and driving in the parkway kind of a question. I don't know.
Well, for Tim Conrad, it got him really hot because he is now driving naked.
Holy cow! He is going all for it. He's not happy with how this first half results were. So now he's wants to be a little more comfortable.
Oh no! Tim Conrad
Great
driving
save.
in the nude, nips out in the air, trying to be as aerodynamic as he can.
Less weight on board as well. Go off, doesn't weigh too much, but apparently that big girthy carrot weighed a little too much. So, oh, we got a yellow flag now. The 71 of Carpenter spun at the top of turns 3 and 4.
And the pace car has left pit lane.
It picked up the field already.
All right, well, let's see what happened to Dave Carpenter.
Let's take a look. Dave Carpenter on the outside of the orange machine. Looks like the iRacing trading paints is finally working for you this time. Is Dave Carpenter just a little too much gravy this time?
Yeah, just a little too much gravy there entering the corner.
I'm not sure if they're going in too hot or if they need a little bit more front brake. Not sure if they can adjust
Probably
that
both.
with these setups. Okay, sounds good. This looks like a couple drivers came down pit road. Not sure if they're topping off or getting damage fixed. I believe the 00 of Robert Hill will be on pit road. 14 of Kenton on pit road. The 73 on pit road of kind of Jones. Looks like that was a splash ago. And the 35 on pit road as well.
That one kind of looked like it was mostly just a too much rear brake situation. He didn't really drive it in there deeper than one might expect, but like it looked like he was going to be fine, but then he had to apply a little bit more brake, and then that kind of broke the traction in the rear tires.
As we get the field bunched back up here momentarily. Just taking a quick drink while you're talking there. You didn't talk long enough, Carlos.
Yeah, sorry. I'm a bit of a mess right now.
Yep, all good. All good. I believe we should be getting ready for the one to go this time. We'll have 16 laps under our belt. All led by Noah Brown.
If we get another quick caution, we'll take a little break, commentary-wise, get ourselves ready for the next one, because I could also use the bathroom.
All right. I can agree with you on that one. We'll probably, hopefully the incident won't be too bad. We'll get all the coverage taken care of real quick. As it looks like we're probably going to go around one more lap. Not sure if the 00 has damage, but he's been down pit road a couple times here underneath. He's just doing stop and goes. I'm not sure if he's just topping off fuel, trying to maybe go to the end.
I mean, Robert Hill may just not want to avoid, may just want to be there at the end of the race. I did this at a different league I ran at, where under caution, I just wanted to be in the back, so under cautions I would just drive down pit road every time I could, so I can be at the tail end of the field on restarts. And let me tell you what, I gained a lot of spots from people just wrecking themselves out.
And a sight to see here as we are double file for this restart with the pace truck making the left-hand turn so we can come to the green flag. This time led by Noah Brown and Ray Bracy. James Watson, Dylan Thomas, your second row, Ty McIntosh and Dustin Dewar. Your third row into the Geico restart zone. Another crazy restart by Noah Brown. Drives away multiple car lengths. This time he's got the James Watson. Oh,
what a save.
Oh, Gore almost involved. Just a lot going on there. Everybody's still going straight though. Great saves and handwork by everybody. Keep it under green. Noah Brown still leading the way as we look at the 24 machine. Oh, 44. Oh, 44 of Goody around Dave Carpenter. Nowheres to go.
There's a hard hit there for both of those guys as well.
Take a look at this 3-wide television replay.
Ooh, that's too much rear brake. That one's too much rear brake. Excuse me.
Oh man, unfortunately Carpenter is pretty much committed to the bottom, and it just happened too quick for Carpenter to react.
Go on board with Carpenter, see what happened from his point of view.
And his Uncle Dave's machine. Ugh.
Hard hit.
Right square in the nose. That could hurt the radiator.
Alright, well, we are going to take a very quick break. They're in the backstretch, right? You're going to take a very quick break, and we'll be right back here with the next restart. Hot. Alright, pace car's off.
Back to the green flag. Yep.
Yep, perfect timing. And we're back to green flag racing here with Noah Brown. Getting a good advantage over James Watson there into turns 1 and 2.
As we're back under green flag action here on 3 Wide Television. You got Noah Brown, James Watson out front, Ray Bracey, Ty McIntosh, your top 4. Daniel Gore already got himself on the outside of the top 5, looking in, trying to get around the number 88 of Santiago. The 32 of Dustin Dewar there, still on the inside, trying to defend and take away that position. Still there on the inside, side by side. You got the 04
52
there.
around.
Oh, 52. Having a good run in the first half. Seth Rawls finds himself spun around. Looks like a single car incident. We'll take a quick look at this replay. See just a little bit of bottleneck in there. Looks like just kind of everybody just a little bottleneck there, just bumper tags, and was trying to save it the best he could, and just didn't work out.
Get on board here with the gyro cam. See what happened. There's a little bit of a stack. We got hit from behind from, I think, David Westergreen. That unsettled the car, and just it never really truly recovered.
Yep, just kind of got the balance of the car off, and just was a little wig-waggy there the whole time, and had to finish it off there and spun it out, but doesn't look like too bad a damage here.
Yeah, I think he'll be okay. Him and Westergreen, who got on the apron as well, because his car also got a little unbalanced in that contact, and he hit the inside wall. But they'll both be okay.
As we got a couple cars this time just coming on pit road, and like you said, probably just doing that strategy of just either topping off or just trying to ride in the back. the 14 machine is going to sit down there a little bit longer and go a lap down, if not already. Had a lot going on here early on. We'll take a look at the field. Noah Brown, James Watson, Ray Bracey, Ty McIntosh, Santiago Aguirre, they're in 5th. Dustin Dewar, Daniel Gore, Neil Rutt, Matt Hackathorn, Thomas Capiano round out our top 10. Dylan Thomas, Cooper Johnson, James Miller, David Westergreen, and Adam Peeler currently round out our top 15. And then the rest of the top 20 is going to be Jake Scarborough, Darren Staff, Zach Evans, Ryan Gavel, and Seth Rawls, which I believe Ryan Gavel's still on track even after that hard hit, so that's pretty good to see. You got Kynan Jones there in 21st. 22nd right now is Rashid Coles. Robert Hill Jr. is 23rd. Tim Conrad is, I think, 23rd now. So they're kind of swapping positions. Dave Carpenter still on track. Alex Kenton still on track. They're in 26th. Goody is off in 27th and 28th. Michael Percasiglio, who did not start, so I don't know if he got scored or not. We'll have to see how that works out. As the 1 to green signal was given to the drivers, pace truck will make the left-hand turn. Watson and Brown are front row. Out of turn 4 this time. Green flag back in the air. Brown with another awesome start. But a good recovery there for James Watson to get right back to his bumper, almost in the middle of 1 and 2. They're side by side for position number 3, Ray Bracey and Ty McIntosh. McIntosh rocking the number 75 this week. Oh, we got a stack up out of 4. They're wrecking.
Oh, no. Significant front end contact. Actually, he might be okay. At 21 there, it might be. Let's take a look at a replay, see what happened to Thomas Capuano.
Kind of got stacked up off of 4. It's kind of a chain reaction.
Oh,
it's like Daniel
yeah.
Gore got a little loose there, and he tried to check up. And whomever was behind him there was not prepared for that. Also, race control has decided that we will go back to the single file restarts to get some of these laps underway.
Yeah, Danny G had an issue there on the corner, and he had to stop the car. He got loose, had to stop the car, and that checked up the rest of the inside line. And unfortunately, Capuano got the worst end of the stick there.
Like you said, unfortunately, Capuano, worst end of the stick.
Dan
Out of all that,
TA,
looks
Danny G, David W, and Dylan T all going down Pier Road right now.
I think some of these drivers think they might be able to make it to the end now. To see how it plays out for the drivers that are staying out. If they decide to come down pit road at any point, or if they decide they can make it to the end.
Listen, the way things are going, I kind of expect these guys to, in the front, to not even bother with going down Pier Road. Unless we get a really decent green flag run, the way things are going, they should be able to make it on fuel.
About in that window as well to make it to the end. So these drivers that pitted are pretty close. They're pretty confident. Let's see, it looks like our top 10, Noah Brown, James Watson, Ty McIntosh, Ray Bracey, Dustin Dewar, Neil Rutt, Cooper Johnson, Matt Hackathorn, James Miller, and Darren Staff, our top 10. As the field continues to pace. See what we do this time by. It's like a one more lap around will be the call. Interesting enough, we've had a little bit more of like a single car incident here and there, which is pretty impressive for this tight track. For these drivers to only be having single car incidents in good spots. So seems to be playing out pretty good right now. So we're 5 cautions in. Hopefully these single file restarts will clean it up. That is the 1 to green signal. Field should be punched up here momentarily as they come into turns 3 and 4 and get ready for another restart here. The BOJO 180 half number 2 underway. 39 laps under the or in the books. Noah Brown leads the way once again in turns 1 and 2. The 04 and the 09 battling there towards the mid-pack. Excuse me, for the end of the top 10 there. As we look at Miller all over the back bumper of Brown now. Really putting the heat on. Can James Watson get around the 65 of Brown? He's there in the middle of the turns.
James Watson is a really good middle.
Oh,
middle
another
cautions
yellow
out.
66 out of turns 2.
I think Rashid Cole's name pop up. Yep. You hit the wall. May have that contributed to this spin here going down into 1. He wasn't fully set up the way he wanted to, and had to crank the wheel further in the middle of the corner, resulted in the loss of traction there for the rear wheels.
No grip, no good. And that'll send you around. Another yellow here.
All right, let's take some time to look at some of these drivers, some of their cars, and just kind of see,
see if we can
how
get some
they've
good
been
shots of
doing
these
here.
cars.
Yeah, the 65 of Noah Brown has had a really good run so far. Started in the front, hasn't really given up any position here. He's got himself an Avenged Sevenfold erasing machine. They're number 65. Do I have a different angle for these cars, or is this the only thing I have? That's the only angle I have. That's fine. That is good enough. All right, James Watson up 8 spots from where he started tonight's race in a very beautiful looking car there. You can see he does have one of his pets in the on the side of the vehicle there. So that'll be $3. It's going to be donated to the Me Fine Foundation. Ty McIntosh, first race in this machine here. He also has another pet, so another $3 there. Temporarily replacing D. Gooden there with his number 75 machine. So good to see him out there out on the track. And then Ray Bracey, who of course is the one that's donating the money. He has, he's got Pushkin the cat there on the hood. That's the hood we saw earlier, and as well on the side. Dusty Dragon Doer in the number 32 machine. He started this race in 5th and currently is in 5th, doing a great job of being where he started. So good shout out to him. Neil Rudd the 3rd, currently in 6th position, up 3 spots from where he started tonight's race. He does have a pet there on the side, so it's another $3 to the foundation. Cooper Johnson running for RKM here, up 6 spots, currently in 7th, making some great progress, as we should be 1 to green this time by, actually.
Yep, we're coming to the green actually. As the drivers are going to be lined up out of turns 3 and 4. Noah Brown, who's been leading the way, been getting some pressure there from the James Watson machine. Can he hold off to the end of the race? So they have it pit up front. Another great restart there for the Noah Brown machine in the number 65. They kind of just get strung out, but behind Ray Bracey, is that Neil Rott making hay on the top? What a
Oh,
pass.
loose.
Wow. Oh, Neil Rutt all over the place trying to make hay, but he was really making it work. Just got a little loose off 4. He is driving the wheels off that thing. So Cooper
Oh, in the
Johnson
wall
trying to
again.
get inside of him has got Watson all over his back bumper. Excuse me, James Miller. I get those two confused all the time. And then behind Miller, you've got Staff trying to rebound from his last race.
And Staff is doing a great job rebounding from his last race. He's actually tied for the biggest move of the race. Well, was tied. And James Miller going past Neil Rutt III has added that one additional spot, but they're not too far behind right there. They're plus 16 and plus 17. Miller with the plus 17 there. As actually now they're both plus 17, biggest movers of the race here tonight. It's a good recovery for Darren Staff, currently in 8th. Yeah, Neil Rutt hit the wall once, and then he kind of struggled there, wasn't able to get his focus regained until right now, as he's now finally settled in. Nobody on his inside. He's not being challenged. The 04 Hackathorn's right behind him, but he's good to go for now, so he's able to cool down and take it easy.
You said it right there. Mind and the tires get a time to cool down. The 3-wide television multicam. We look at Kynan Jones, the number 73 machine, even with the heart rate monitor as well.
It's actually pretty low. That's the 27's gonna go
7
around.
of Peeler. One car quick incident here.
Yeah, no harm there for anybody else out there on the track. Let's get a quick replay, see what happened, see if he got any help. If he didn't, then we'll just go back and talk about other people's days. May have gotten some help. No, that's just too much rear brakes. Too much gravy there in the corner.
Yep, Louis is maybe really challenging for that spot over Robert Hill there. There's Noah Brown faked the pit. Decides
we are.
to stay out this caution.
Almost at the halfway mark. Neil Rutt pit road, Matt Hackathorn pit road, Zach Evans going down pit road. So we talked about Cooper Johnson. He was a last driver. We briefly mentioned Darren Staff. As you can see, my boy Miles there on the car. So that's another $3 there. James Miller, who we mentioned earlier, that's Nugget. According to Caitlin Rich, Cam's wife, it's Nugget Butt Sauce Rich. So weird name, but hey, listen, cat names
Great
are
middle name.
yeah, cat names are a lot like that. They have either the simplest names or the most like outrageous names possible. So that's definitely fits there. Another $3 going to be donated there. 77 of Jake Scarborough. Up 13 spots from restarted. He had a good finish there in half one. Actually, did he have a good finish? No, I think he finished outside top 16.
He started towards the back end.
Yeah, no, he had a horrible half one, but has rebounded back to having a great half number 2. You see, barely saw in the TV panel there in the back. Actually, no, that's not this TV panel, but in the rear bumper. You see like a little cat, I think, or a pet there. That's another $3 is going to be donated there. But yeah, up 13 spots from where he started, currently in 9th. Good job. Half one winner. Ryan Gallo had an issue early on. He hit the inside wall here in half number 2, but is rebounding pretty nicely. Currently in 10th place, up 6 spots from where he started. Kynan Jones, we mentioned him earlier. He is with an outfit that matches the vehicle. Also has a pet on the hood. So beautiful, so majestic with the cat ears, both on the cat and on Kynan. Another $3 being donated.
One green signal was given. Yep. Pace truck makes that turn. Great work there, Carlos. Looking at the cameras, through the cars, looking at all the pets, all the money being raised. Great job by all the drivers. We'll see if we can look at more here shortly. Well, not really shortly, but here later on in the event. As Noah Brown leads us through 1 and 2. Ray Bracey getting pressure back there. Oh, Ray Bracey gets spun down the backstretch.
Caution's back out. What a good recovery by Ray Bracey to not hit anything. Although I'm sure he's not too happy.
Take another look at another replay.
Actually trying to
Ray
find
Bracey
out
was
where
in
Ray Bracey
fourth spot.
is.
He was fourth
in the
there, now
fourth
spinning
spot.
on the backstretch.
Okay, here we go. Alright, I finally found him. His spin was so quick, it didn't even register a crash. So it showed no driver for that caution there. As contact with the 32 is going to be a penalty for the 32. He's going to drop to the tail end of the field. And those are 2 additional spots for everyone fourth and back. Or excuse me, fifth and back. Want to send in there from Dusty Dragon Doer, but unfortunately, a little bit of contact in the middle of the corner and the edge of the corner was enough to turn Pushkin around, and gonna have to climb back up a couple spots there. That number 7 is actually the 7 has dropped down all the way to 24th in pit road actually. So you know, Ray Bracey figures that if he's all the way back there, might as well pit and make sure he for sure is good to go on fuel.
Maybe even slap some fresh rubber on.
Yeah.
As we are now officially at the halfway mark. If you got nothing to lose, they're just sitting there anyways. You never know how much longer this race can go, and even just having fresher tires would make that big of a difference. So,
all right, let's
see
continue.
how it plays out for the number 7 machine.
Yeah, let's continue. We left off kind of Jones. Here is Danny G in his number 69 Danny G machine. Beautiful car there. Up for spots from where he started. He's probably wants to get more spots here before tonight's race is done, and it could happen. So he's doing a good job here himself. Santiago started in 12th, currently in 11th. He's got ruffled up just a little bit, but you know the car's still definitely in prime racing condition. David Westergreen up 9 spots. He had a very bad half number 1, trying to recover here in half number 2. He has a pet right there that we can see. That's another $3 being donated to Me Fine Foundation. So number 9, David Westergreen had an issue there. He hit the wall a couple times, hit a couple drivers, or at least one driver for sure. But still hanging on currently in 12th, not too far away. And I have a feeling this is the wrong paint scheme on our end, because otherwise Vic probably wouldn't be letting Dylan Thomas race. This is the Mount Panorama Bathurst 2016, the Bathurst 1000 style paint scheme that we ran a couple weeks ago for that themed race. Currently in 13th, has lost 5 spots from where he started, so I'm sure he wants to gain some of those back, but he's still doing okay in 13th. And last but not least, right now, before we go back to green, Tim Conrad, Mr. Mayo himself, still driving in the nude in 14th, up 12 spots.
Trying to keep it cool to make it to the end of the race. Tim Conrad, but up front, Noah Brown going to bring us back to the green flag once again. Back underway. James Watson knows he's faster than Noah Brown, but he's trying to figure out all he can to get there. He doesn't want to get too far outside of him because the 75 from Ty McIntosh is lurking right there, and he will get underneath Watson if he's not careful. As we got another yellow coming out of turn 4, number 52.
Oh.
Rawls around again.
Seth Ross has not been having the night he wanted to have in his OSCA return. This is one of the last couple of races here for Shift Esports before they close up shop at the end of the season. And, well, this is not a night to remember for them so far.
Take a look at the replay underneath. They're outside, excuse me, of the Tim Conrad machine.
Too much
rear brakes or too much speed.
Or both.
Just came to a stop, back going. So no harm, no foul.
No harm, no foul.
Restart.
Yeah. But you'll have to start at the tail end of the restart, yeah, for sure. You mentioned it. Alright, well, we are for sure past halfway at this point. 51 laps remaining. More than likely 49 when we do go back to green. Let's continue, shall we? We talked about Tim Mr. Mayo Man himself, Conrad. Neil Brutt, as we're starting to approach the drivers who are now struggling, who have had issues, who haven't really been gaining too much positions, because Tim Conrad is up 12 spots. But Neil Brutt the third, we saw him running higher up earlier in the race, in the top 5. By the way, he does have a pet there on the side of the car, so it's another $3 adding to the total to the Me Fine Foundation. But Neil Brutt was running up near the first half of the field, had issues with the wall, it started getting passed, started getting flustered, was able to recover, lost a couple more spots, down in 15th right now. So not where he wants to be. He knows he can be faster, but he's got to be patient now, but time is starting to run out. Alex Kenton in 14th, down 14 spots from where he qualified, or excuse me, started heat number 2. Currently in 16th position, does have a pet there, so it's another $3 being donated. Matt Hackathorn, easy pet right there that we can see on the hood. Another $3 being donated, as he is currently minus 10 spots from where he started, so in 17th, not where he wants to be. He's struggling, he's had some issues here in the second half, but he's going to do what he can to get there at the end. Zach Evans, he's got an onboard right there. He is squinting at something or trying to read, I'm not quite sure, but he I believe also has a pet, I was told, or maybe I was wrong. I think it's right there, I'm not quite sure. But running a very simplified Binks Designs Me Find machine, so still a very nice looking car in colors. I'll give him that. He actually is 18th, but he's up 5 spots from where he started this second half, so still not where he wants to be. I know he wants to be in the first half, but he's trying the best that he can right now. Adam Peeler, we just saw him had an issue recently, down 2 spots from where he started, currently in 19th. Robert Hill has a pet on board, so that should be another $3 being donated. And are we back to Dovao?
I guess so.
Alright, well, let's see what these guys can do.
Getting ready to come back to the green flag, double file, Noah Brown, James Watson. Green flag in the air, Brown fires off first, being the leader. Watson drives it in though hard on the outside. He's going to be trying to beat his outside. He cannot get there on the exit of turn 2. Brown will drive away as Watson will now have pressure from the 75 to the 75 of McIntosh. Is also getting pressure from the Cooper Johnson machine. Watson finds himself clean and green right now. Gavel trying to merge his way back forward there towards the front as he was involved in an incident early on. I thought his night was done with being nosed into the wall, but he has proven me wrong. Finds himself almost back in the top 5.
Gabo is actually the first driver who has gone down pit road, and he went down pit road for about 20 seconds, so I know some of those to repair damage. He also probably took fuel and tires. That was on lap number 20, so he has, what I'm assuming is, fresher tires than the rest of the field, as he's kind of having to almost muscle his way past the 09. The 09, I think James Miller is kind of struggling a little bit. He was struggling putting the power down on the exit of the corners, and as a result, he's gotten passed a couple times, and now he's going to get passed by the 1. So I'm going to keep an eye on the 09. He's hit the wall as well a couple times, so he may be in a little bit of a struggle bus situation. If he loses any more spots, I would expect to see him down pit road.
We got one spin, kind of Jones, I believe. No, 77 of Scarborough. Sorry about that. That's a 77, not 73.
Happened. The 73 was there though, and actually was the reason the 77 went around, possibly, as there was, I think, some contact there between these guys.
Well, I didn't even know it, but I was calling both the cars and it worked out good, I guess.
Yeah, well, let's see if the contact really did have anything to do with it. I would say, yeah, that probably was. The spin was a result of contact between 77 and the 73. 88 was also on the back bumper. Don't think that played too much of a factor at all. Maybe a pressured Kynan to kind of get on the gas a little bit quicker, but 88 didn't actually do anything wrong there. So 77 goes around off the front bumper of the 73, which you called was for the caution, and you were correct. You were correct. All right, so we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be verbally back here for the next restart here, as we are underway through the 10th caution tonight.
As we are getting ready to come back to the green, we'll see how many more of these drivers' names I can pronounce wrong tonight. So these drivers can have a fun drinking game at home as we're now back to green. Noah Brown leading the way. Still out front, James Watson there in second. Getting pressure there from Ty McIntosh. Darren Staff in fourth. Oh, Gavel sends it in hard. Cooper Johnson trying to follow suit. But Noah Brown still leading the way. Gavel involved in an incident early, and he's looking to making it work on top. I don't know if it's the fresher tires or if he is just a little bit faster right now, but he's definitely got it working. He's going to make the pass for fourth happen on the top. Now looking for third. Keep an eye on Ryan Gavel as he continues his march back to the front. Further out throughout the field, you got the 88 of Santiago here running in eighth. You got Dustin Dewar just behind him as well, behind Ray Bracey, excuse me. They're back in 15th, 16th for this battle. Oh, that car got loose there.
Yeah, I think that was the 04 of Hackathorn. Things are starting to like settle in already from what I can tell. Noah Brown has put on a decent lead to James Watson. Ty McIntosh running a really strong third place finish. Ryan Gavel is, around goes the 10. Caution's going to come back out as Neil Rutt III has spun out into the middle of the front stretch.
Whew. That was really close there. I believe that was a 21.
That's too much beans. That one's too much beans there exiting the corner. And wow, yeah, that 21 got real close to that 10. Here's on board the 21, see what he saw. Oh, yeah. The black car almost kind of blended in with the with the
Happened very
nighttime
quick.
atmosphere. Yeah, I was looking forward, and for a second I was like, wait, are we looking at the wrong car? And then I finally saw the 10 that had spun out.
Well, great job by the 10 machine to hold his brake there for the Capiano machine.
Yeah,
Looks like nobody's taken pit road yet in the top 5.
I really wouldn't, honestly. The way things are going, like
Yep.
the note says about 85 laps of green flag laps worth of fuel tonight. That's how they worded it. So, I mean, with all these cautions, they really could stretch it. For some reason, when I was first talking about how it was 85 laps of green flag racing that they had in the tanks, I for some reason thought that it was 165 laps here for this feature race, which A would be a lot, and B you can't stretch 85 laps of fuel to 165 even with a bunch of cautions. So that's why when I quickly realized, oh no, it's actually 115. And that's close. That's only like what, 40? No, 30. That's 30 addition. That's 30 laps you're stretching it to. We're already at the 11th caution. If you're saving about, I don't know how many laps you would be saving under caution. Like really, I can't. I'm under the weather right now, so yeah. I'm under the weather right now, so it's math of any kind right now is a little too much for me.
Looks like we've had about 49 laps of caution, so a lot of saving able to be done. So I think these drivers might be good to go to the end. Looks like Watson though is definitely heavy saving. You can see him kind of going forward and backwards.
They may not be good enough to go to the end from this point of view. From this point. But if we get to like lap 100, I think if we go green the rest of the way, it'll be good.
There's the pace truck. Now makes that left-hand turn. Getting ready to come to the green flag this time. Noah Brown and James Watson are leaders. Noah Brown with a great fire there. Little stack up mid-pack. Oh, a couple cars diving out. Hopefully they get through. Oh, Watson all the way up against the wall. I'm not sure if he missed a turn or if he got moved, but James Watson went from second to just to the edge of the top 10. Noah Brown leads another lap.
That has opened the door for Ty McIntosh to get into second, Ryan Gavel to move up into third, Cooper Johnson fourth, and that's going to bring Darren Staff into a fifth place position. But right behind him, Danny G, who went down pit road in lap 34, he's the next closest driver to the front who has gone down pit road. Right behind him, though, is Santiago Guerrero, who's actually losing a spot today. Rusty Green, he also went down pit road. Issues in the back, Thomas Capiano smacking the outside wall. No caution, though. Everything looks to be A-okay here so far for these guys.
Still green on the track for now. This is some really tight racing through the back half of this field. These drivers are just checking up, you know, trying to avoid the cars in front of them. The cars behind them just aren't prepared for it, so it all happens very quickly. Very tight racing here, especially between the 10 and the 52. At one point, they were pretty. I thought they were dooring each other. Oh, the 35 of Conrad.
That's a caution, as the Mayo man has found himself stuck in the Mayo there on the backstretch.
As we look at the replay here, the 35.
Ooh, I think he may have gotten some help from the
tagged.
9, or the 09, excuse me.
Watson decides if he's going to get shuffled out, he's just going to come to pit road. He'll probably grab some tires as we look at this replay. One more time from this shot. To get the 09, gets into the back bumper.
Does.
Man, it looks really close to net code too. Let's see.
See if you can get a different point of view. He's noticeably slower there, and the 09 tries to get a good run there. Yeah, there is net
just trying to
code.
get a good run.
There is net code, but I think there would have been contact regardless. Brent Jones on the YouTube chat saying, miss being out there on Thursdays. We miss you too, Brent.
We're now down to our 20 laps to go.
This last little bit should hopefully go by very quick.
You know, even though it's been caution field filled, luckily this is a small track, so laps still get kind of clicked away pretty decent.
Yeah.
I mean, 44-second laps under caution ain't that bad, if you ask me. Well, to keep an eye on Ryan Gavel here, he finds himself up into the top 3. Once again, could Gavel be going for the sweep? Right behind him, Cooper Johnson finding himself up towards the front once again as well. A lot of the drivers, you know, that were really good in the last race have found themselves back towards the front with a couple of different names towards the front, but pretty much recycled everybody where they were before. Looks like the one to go signal has been given. Ray Bracey, after his spin early on, has found himself back into the top 10. Pace truck should be getting ready to make the left-hand turn into the pit road, as it does Noah Brown. Will be leading us to the green. Looks like we're starting on the top this time. And the green flag is out. Noah Brown with a great restart again. Let's see if he can hold off the charges from behind. He will. They're side by side for second between McIntosh and Cooper. Then you got Gavel there in fourth, who's been really charging back towards the front. We got a yellow flag on the backstretch. Huge wreck.
Oh no. Let's see what happens. Ooh, contact with Seth Rawlson at 27, 39 involved, 71, 73, and the 35 also involved. As Seth's first race back is not looking too kind for him.
Healer with some pretty big damage there, it looks like. Looks like he's got a meatball flag, Rashid Coles the meatball flag, and Tim Conrad with a meatball flag.
Yes, sir.
So a lot of these drivers getting to the end of their car's life and eating them up here early. Let's see how it plays out, but as you can see,
oh, the 66 is for sure going to be getting an
where the
arc brake
damage
penalty.
did.
Yeah.
.52 would be giving a drive-through, it looks like.
P. Coles has a pet on board, so it's $3. The a nice looking. That's a little cat on a monster can. But yeah, unfortunately, the situation itself is not funny. Brent Jones saying a lot of beans got spilled, and a lot of beans got spilled. A lot of gravy has been, a lot more gravy has been spilled tonight than beans.
Fun fact, I'm not a big fan of grains, gravy or beans, so just totally put those two words together.
I'm not a big fan of gravy. Beans I can kind of understand, but gravy?
There's a lot of these drivers with damage, but finding their way back to their hauler early. We're going to be coming to 12 laps to go this time around. Brown, McIntosh, Johnson, Gavel, Staff, your top 5, 1 lap till green. This will be an 11-lap shootout. We're averaging about 4 to 5 laps of green flag run right now. I am also seeing that car with the Bathurst scheme as well on my end. I just noticed it as the pace truck makes the left-hand turn. Brown, McIntosh. Could this be the final green flag? We'll have to see. It's been caution right here in the second half. Green flag is back in the air. Bumper tag towards the middle of the back of the pack. Everybody's still rolling so far. All 3 wide there for Hale and Bracey through mid-pack, but up front still Brown. Cooper Johnson finds the pass to find himself now in second spot around McIntosh. 10 laps to go.
Contact the rock goes to 45. Great job by everybody to come to avoid the 45 there. Staff sent it in there a little too hard there against I believe that was Ty McIntosh, and unfortunately he spun himself around and bring up the caution, and it's also going to trigger a tail end of the field penalty for Darren. Trigger the replay.
Take a look at that replay. Looks like Staff just goes in a little too hard and already spun around. Like you said, great job everybody too avoiding that driver 21 in Capiano, avoiding another wreck. Great job coming to a stop, just a little tap. See how it plays out. For these last few laps in this race tonight, when we come back to green, we'll probably have about 4 laps left. So time will tell who's going to come away with tonight's win.
What a scary moment there for Darren. I'm sure he's more frustrated with the fact that he kind of gave up a good points-paying run here. Has kind of been the story of his season. He's got the speed, it's just isn't able to get the results that he wants. Is in a really tough situation outside of the playoff picture at the moment. He had a chance, but with half one having an issue where he was running in the top 5, but iRacing disconnected him, like we saw there, having that little issue. Sent him all the way to the very end, had a bad finish, and now here in half number 2 with under 10 laps to go, spins out from the top 5. It's going to be 2 poor finishing results here for Darren Staff, and he's not going to be happy because he knows he has the speed.
It's an unfortunate way to end your night. I believe the same thing happened in the first half.
Yeah, well, not the same thing, but he had the internet issue where he got disconnected.
Right.
Yeah, and he didn't know he got disconnected. Yeah. Oh, yeah, sorry.
It's all good. Staff was in good positions to have good points nights, and weird, wacky things happening here.
There did go down pit road, so at least he's gonna get some fuel, some tires, and honestly, at this point for Darren's staff, with the 4 fresh Goodyears and tires, I would say get to the outside and just try to make that second or even third line work, like we've been seeing the one car do, because a lot of these guys are gonna be stacking it up on the inside.
1 lap to green. We'll have 4 laps to battle it out. We'll see if we can have 4 green flag laps, or if we're going to use another one of those green, white, checkers, as we do have 2 available. Let's get ready to come to the green this time. Could this be the last green flag restart? We shall see. Noah Brown is going to fire first. Now into the restart zone. Green flag is in the air. Great restart there also for McIntosh to the 75. He's going to try to get to the inside of Johnson. Cooper Johnson, though, with the 3-wide television machine, trying to make the top work. He's going to get a little loose off him, too. That's going to open the bottom for the number 1 machine.
Caution. Big wreck.
Yellow, huge wreck in the back.
Lots of drivers involved in this one.
Looks like we'll use our green, white checkers.
That caution has saved Cooper Johnson's potential top 3 night here, because he was for sure going to get passed by the 1 on the inside. He was struggling. He was having what we saw the 10 having earlier, where once he hit the wall and started making mistakes, it just started accumulating. And that caution not only is going to reset his mind, but they have him listed as 3rd, so he's going to be starting 2nd on the inside line, which is going to be key, because unless Ty McIntosh gets a really, really good restart, there's a good chance that Cooper may be competing for that 2nd place position. On board with Zach Evans here, as you see, 32 involved, with 7 involved, and half the field in the backstretch involved. A lot of drivers came to a complete stop, which was good and wise.
A lot of crazy things happening here tonight. Lots of big wrecks. Man. A lot. Oh.
That was really good to see 21 come to a complete stop. I'm trying to see some of the drivers that did get involved. Here we go. Dustin Dewar was involved.
Looks like this started. Ray Bracey might have got loose. They're in front of the OO machine of, the 00 of Ray.
No, that's
Robert Hill Jr.
That's netcode.
Heavy netcode.
It's hard for me to say with that one. I think there probably would have been contact regardless, but that netcode turned the 7 around into the 32, and the 09 was involved, the 04. A lot of O starting cars numbers here in this one. Involved in this wreck. Oh no. Do we have the 3-way TV oh no cam? Let's take a look at this from the 3-way TV oh no cam.
Oh no cam.
Oh no, there is no 3-way TV oh no cam today. Ray Bracey has let us down once again. But that's fine. He's making it up by donating $1 million to the Me Fine Foundation.
That's really great of Ray to donate that $1 million. So,
for legal purposes, I really have to specify that that was a joke.
Yes, that is a joke.
He is donating money. It's just not $1 million.
But if he had it, he should definitely donate it to a broadcast. Just kidding. As we are now at the 1 to go signal to start off our first green, white, checkered. Drivers ready to get this race finished up. What can Gavel do from the outside of that second row? We'll find out here momentarily as Noah Brown and McIntosh in front row into the restart zone. Green flag is in the air. McIntosh with not a great restart. We got one in the wall at the restart zone.
No.
Ray Bracey in the wall.
A lot of dead cars here. That's going to be a hard killer for a lot of these guys. Yeah, Bracy, of course, you can tell he got a meatball flag on that one.
BOJO Ono Cam has come to an end tonight.
Pushkin the cat gonna have to nurse those wounds. Why am I in this car? Let's see, what happened? What happened? Oh, this is the previous
incident.
Excuse
yeah, we want to
me,
look for the one.
My bad. That's all.
We want the restart one. It's all good. This should be it right here. Ray Bracy there, about 6 car. Oh, okay. Got 1 car getting loose and he checked up and nobody else checked up.
How are these cars getting turned that quickly at those speeds? That doesn't make sense.
I feel like there's a lot going on.
Let's start it off with David Russell because he's the first person I saw having issues there. On the restart, he spun the tires or missed the gear, not quite sure, and that was a separate incident. He hit the wall pretty hard. That would have brought out a caution anyways. But then further back here, because of that kind of stacked up that inside line. 39 had a decent space, but when he hit, when the checkup happens, he was so far back that when he hit the 7, it just shot Ray Bracy down all the way to the inside at a ridiculously high speed. You see, there's a 9 hitting the inside wall after being loose, and then the 7 got hit just a ton, and then into the 39 who hit him. Into the 52 of Seth Rawls, who is just having a horrible, no good, very bad day right now. And 71 got hit from behind by the 45, but really, there's really nothing both of those guys can do. This is all happening way too quick.
Just a lot happening. This tight track, when those incidents happen, just closes the track up, and everybody's just trying their best to slow down. And it's not easy to start getting these stock cars to come to a complete stop.
As actually, like that. I have not been keeping track of this, but where are we on the overtime? Is this the first overtime attempt, or is this going to be the second
one?
This is the second.
Next flag will end it after the green.
All right. Yep. You heard it here. As if a caution, whatever flag comes out, wherever flag comes out, will be the determining factor. Caution comes out.
Ken Noah Brown hold off Cooper Johnson, who now finds himself in the outside row having great restarts on the outside. Can he spoil the Noah Brown party? Can Ryan Gavel go back to back and sweep the night? Can Ty McIntosh sneak his name in there for a victory? Or is Noah Brown just doing really good tonight and he's going to hold him off? We'll find out here in just a few more seconds. Coming to the green here. BOJO 180 half number 2 is underway for the final time under green. Who is going to come out victorious is Noah Brown with an awesome restart once again. McIntosh on the inside of Johnson. McIntosh is going to get loose. That's going to put them side by side for second. That's exactly what Noah Brown wants to see out of his rearview mirrors. All those cars beating and banging because he is just going to drive away as the white flag is in the air. Side by side for second. Absolutely no pressure. Out front for our leader is Cooper Johnson's going to spin out at turn 2. Cooper Johnson spins. That's going to collect Hill and somebody else. My pick collected up late tonight, but coming out of turns 3 and 4, your winner is going to be Noah Brown here in half number 2 with Ty McIntosh finishing second.
I just despise Martinsville in iRacing. I love the track in real life, but there's just something specifically in iRacing that doesn't mix with these in this track here. This is not I mean, the drivers do deserve some of the blame, but this is not just a driver's issue. This is a track and iRacing issue for sure. Congratulations to Noah Brown, for sure deserving of this victory. Led, I believe, bumper to bumper. He once he started this race at first, he was never level. He was never challenged, never let go. There were some small green flag runs for him, so enough where he could have been passed, but really no one was contending against it up until the very, very end. We're gonna try to take a look at some of the replays as to what happened, but this is just a chaos there on the last lap. Congratulations, Noah Brown, Redux Racing winning yet again. Oh.
As Cooper Johnson was going into 1 and 2, it looks like he got loose. And it looks like he had just a little bit too much gravy.
I'm trying to see if I can find that. Cooper Johnson. Let's take a look at Cooper Johnson's issue. There's a white flag.
Just goes in, looks like maybe a little too hard and just could not save it. And unfortunately, that caught the Robert Hill Jr. machine. I don't know who that other one is, but they decided to go backwards to finish it.
Yeah, I'm not sure how the other guys got involved in that one.
Oh, Miller almost spun Kynan Jones there coming to it. Johnson just babied it back, came home 14th.
This is on the white flag. The 77, the 09 had issues. Oh, Seth Ross again. Oh my goodness.
That was broken car there for the 77. You can see that left rear was not even spinning.
That's all happened to Seth. This was all happening the same time Cooper turned around. So I'm trying to see. Okay, so this is what I think some of the guys who got caught up in Cooper's spin.
Right there.
Yeah, right there.
Neil Rupp misses all that.
Right
Come home in 6th.
Ryan Gavel came home 4th. Santiago 5th. As I mentioned, Neo. Thomas Capuano 7th. Zach Evans recovered there. Got himself a 9th place finish. And Darren Staff got himself some needed points. I don't think it's going to be enough for Darren, though. But he got himself there in 10th there. Kynan Jones, a nice 11th. As this whole field got shooken up there on that last lap.
Robert Hill was going to have himself a top 10 finish until that last lap incident. Looks like we've got a lot of drivers lined up for interviews. We'll go through the quick results of the second half so we can get those drivers in here and out of here, as we've had a long night of racing here at Martinsville. Once again, Noah Brown, our winner. Ty McIntosh was second. Daniel Gore is third. Ryan Gavel, first half winner, came home back in 4th, tried to make it happen. 5th, Santiago there in the number 88. Neil Rott, like we said, in 6th. Thomas Capiano 7th. Matt Hackathorn 8th. 9th, Zach Evans. Darren Staff in 10th. 11th, Kynan Jones. 12th will be James Miller. Dave Carpenter comes home in 13th. 14th is the Cooper Johnson machine, who was in the top 5 coming to the white. Unfortunately, had late race incident there. Dustin Durer involved in that. 15th. 16th, Robert Hill Jr. 17th, Dylan Thomas. Seth Rawls, 18th. 19th, Jake Scarborough. 20th, Alex Kenton. 21st is David Westergreen. 22nd is the Ray Bracing machine. 23rd, James Watson. 24th, Tim Conrad. 25th, Adam Peeler. Rashid Coles. 26th, 27th, Goody. And 28th, Michael Pernicilio.
Yeah, and that's going to do that for us. Due to the long nature of the races, we're just going to interview the half 1 winner and the half 2 winner here tonight, and then we'll call it a night and recover and come back here. Not next week, because we're going to have an off week. We'll come back here in 2 weeks. But let's go ahead and see if we can bring in your half 1 winner, Ryan Gavel. Jeremy, you ready?
Let's do this with Ryan Gavel, our first half winner. Man, You almost had it there in the second half. But walk us through your first half, man. You got up front and you made that pass happen. I can't remember which driver we were battling with there, but you made the pass happen. They're going into 3 and 4, and you never looked back. Walk us through your night.
Yeah, that first half was pretty fun. I liked the little short race there because obviously races here are tough no matter what league or who you're around, what drivers, anything. Martinsville's always messy. That's just the nature of the beast. But that first little half there was nice. I don't know if Daniel was, because Daniel was quick in practice and qualifying, and I expected him to be kind of tougher to catch. But um, every little run we had during that race, I was just all over him. I don't know if he was trying to take it easy or save his stuff or what, but that was not my plan because I knew we were going to have a limited amount of green flag laps. So every little run we got, I was being really aggressive, trying to get underneath him, and I did all it took was 1 or 2 shots, getting a good, late entry into 1 and 2 to make sure to get a good exit, and dove underneath him into 3 and 4 and got by him. So then it was just making sure I didn't screw up the restarts after that, which was fairly straightforward. I know we got Seth finished P2 in that one, which was real nice. And that second half, second half was all right. Obviously tough start from the back, and then thankfully I decided to wreck myself very early in the race, so I had plenty of time to recover. I came in and fixed a minute of damage and went a lap down and took the wave around and then crawled up through the field. I got up into the top 5 fairly quick, and then once I got to third, we started hitting all those yellows, and I kind of got stuck. Noah had the advantage of being able to pick lanes there to help his teammate out, and it kind of ended up hurting me a little bit on those last little restarts. So with all those cautions, I don't think anyone had anything for Noah. So good on him for getting that win and playing his cards right. I'm glad I got a 4th out of it anyway. It was good while it was green.
It was definitely good while it was green when we had those short little bits. Congratulations on your first half win and another great second half. What are you going to thank for getting you here tonight?
Yeah, thanks to everyone at Shift. It was good that we got some good results tonight. Neil hopped in the 10 car and he ended up P6 there, missing the miss that second half. And I know Seth didn't have too much good luck the second half, but he finished second in that first half. So it was definitely a good night for the 3 of us. And yeah, thanks for Vic for putting up with all of us this evening, and we'll be back here in a couple weeks.
Yes, like you said, a couple weeks, so we'll have a week off. Enjoy your week off. Ryan, hopefully we'll talk to you very shortly.
Yes, sir. See you later.
Have a great night.
Yep.
That was Ryan Gavel, our first half winner, and we'll grab our second half winner now. Noah Brown, who won the second half, started up front, never looked back. Pretty much safe to say those cautions were pretty much bound to happen, but you use it to your advantage and you stayed out front all night long. Walk us through your night.
I mean, I just tried to put on cruise control. Not to discredit anybody, I got a good run from, I think it was James Watson gave me a good run in the 09, but he gave me a good run going at one point. I blocked him all the way to the wall. That worked out. But from there, it was just cruise control. I took a gamble at one point in the late stages, going high on the restart to block off a driver who I thought was going to be a trouble spot for me, and it turned out that worked well. So everyone raced me clean, thankfully. I felt like it was very opportune if I could have got dive bombed, but everyone raced me respectfully, which I appreciate, even if I'm not the best driver myself. But yeah, no, pretty much just drove it to the win, drove smooth. Yeah, and took the victory.
A good points night for that second half. Got to be looking at the championship. Are you excited for that coming up here in the near future?
Yeah, I'm excited, honestly, because this would be my first time competing for something like this, and I feel like I have a pretty solid shot. I don't think I'll win over certain drivers. I won't name names, but I don't think I'm going to win over certain drivers. But I think at the top 5 maybe in the books, depending on how I race.
That's exactly it. A lot can happen. You never know where you'll end up. Congratulations on your second half win. Noah, who you got to thank for getting you here tonight?
Just thank the team for supporting me through the way. I'm a bit of a handful sometimes, and them supporting me and giving me everything I need helps. I want to thank Nick Paquin Designs for the design I've been running for the past 2 weeks. This is probably my favorite livery I've ever raced in a car, and he did a stellar job on it. I definitely recommend him for any graphics needs you have. And other than that, just thanking everybody in my personal life. That includes the team and my family, just helping me through real life stuff that's going on right now. But yeah, everything's looking up.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on your second half win, Noah. We'll see you in a couple weeks, and hopefully we'll talk to you there.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers to you as well. Noah Brown, our second half winner. Carlos, what a night. A little bit long, but boy, I was glad to be here. And your final thoughts before we get out of here.
Cameron Rich has summed it up best twice here tonight in the YouTube chat, saying, I love being a team owner. As you come to a track like this, it really hurts you in ways you just don't expect it to hurt. Regardless, still some good racing you did get to see, and I would say out of all the other leagues I've seen recently, in the last couple of months here that have tried Martinsville, OSCA has had some of the better Martinsville racing. I think this is only, one of 3 that I saw that used the B car. The others used, I think, trucks and SLM and the cups, and those produced just, I wouldn't even call it that. That was just pacing to what we saw in the other ones. This we actually got to see some racing, so kudos to that. Vic, I know it's gonna be a stressful night for you. Try to go a little bit easy. You know how painful this track combo is on this service, and I have to once again repeat myself. The track is fantastic in real life. This is just horrible for iRacing though. But regardless, we're going to have a week off for everyone to decompress, get themselves ready, and we'll come back here in 2 weeks. And, well, I'm sure it's going to be significantly different racing there once we come back.
And that is it from us here at 3 Wide Television. That was Carlos. My name is Jeremy. We'll see everybody in 2 weeks.